Greetings, D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. Now, without further ado, let us reintroduce our lovely players for this evening. So we're going to go around the virtual table as per usual and introduce everybody. So let's start with everyone's favorite undead gal and her player, Gia.
Hi everyone, it's me, Gia. I'm here playing Chatwin Darcy, a reborn sorcerer who's currently deep undercover and has probably, out of everyone, I think she has the weird alibi because everyone else's seems pretty normal.
Yeah, everyone else isn't really taking it too seriously, and then she's like, I'm only going to speak Elvish.
Yeah, she's a theater kid, guys. Don't forget.
Oh, absolutely. But moving on from the theater kid to the newly dubbed emo boy, question mark? I don't know what we called his new hairstyle and such, but that was was that the consensus, Rose? I don't know.
Absolutely not. It's just short and weird. How dare you call my boy emo? Well, since she's not going to do it, I'll go ahead and do it. Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm playing Alon, the guard captain from the city of Kriath. There's not really any emo. Yes, there's a lot saltiness and stuff, but I mean, he lost his fucking best friend, and here comes a horseman in her charge. So, what do you want me to do? You know?
I don't know. That sounds pretty emo kid to me. And with that, we move on to our resident dad of the group, Jeremy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeremy, and I play Damien. And Damien is, like the DM said, he's the dad, and he's got a lot of weird things going on, especially now that he might get to talk to a deity. Again.
Indeed. Which is rather exciting, though. I mean, this time you won't be doing it at a set of temples meant for that kind of thing, so I feel like that'll be more exciting.
Nah, probably going to be more like a pinnacle on the ground or something.
We'll see when you get there. But last but certainly not least, we have our lovely guest and horseman, Tyler.
Me! Hello. It is I, Tyler, who is playing our lovely Carowin and now known as Harry Goodfella. I was saying Goodman, and I don't know why I was saying Goodman, but it's Goodfella. I have corrected that, and I'll be sure to make sure I get that right going forward. But yes, I'm here for another round. I survived our harrowing journey into the stable and through the desert. Well, part of the desert, I guess, and we'll see if the rest of my companions' bad gut feelings come to fruition or not. So here's to see what happens.
Indeed we shall. And speaking of what happens, let's go back to what happened last time that we got this merry band of adventurers together. So last time, the party awoke from a night of celebrating and preparing for travel to some interesting errands and Chatwin riding Carowin to go get groceries, which was definitely an interesting time for all. Chatwin said her goodbyes to her family after some hearty plates of omelets, and Carowin discovering what omelets are. The party set off into the desert, where after hours of travel and Damien getting overwhelmed by the heat a little bit, you arrived in the town of Seareach, which seemed to come even more alive after dark. You managed to find the Rose's Thorn Inn and Tavern, where you procured 3 rooms for yourselves and a spot in the stables for Carowin, as there was no way you were getting a horseman into that place. But we return to our party after a full night's rest as the sun rises, and as per usual, Alon is up to do his morning exercises.
Oh, you predicted the future like that.
Chatwin is woken by Santhavek's usual Chatwin, it's time to get up.
Yes, time to get up. I got it.
Guys, I think she's not letting us stall anymore. Crap!
We've got a lot to do today, guys. Up and at 'em.
Sandavek is how the DM rushes us along. Oh boy.
Get up, Chatwin. There's much to do. What are we doing? Talking to gods or something?
Yeah, something like that. I'm talking to some shitheads who like to act like they know everything.
Isn't that all gods, though?
Honestly, yes. One day they're going to strike me with lightning because they're afraid of me telling the truth.
Fair enough. I don't know if any of them have that power, but if my ex-wife could get into your head, then I'm sure they all could.
Fuck that lady. Fuck them all. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She already did.
Moving on. Damien, you would sort of hear the hustle and bustle of your companions and the bar beneath you as everyone who stayed night drinking sort of wanders off to go get some sleep. And the rest of the morning crew seems to make its way in. And Carowin, you are woken by the sounds of horses and donkeys greeting the morning from the stables.
So at that point, I mean, it's not too bad. I'll wake up. I'll be kind of just stretching my legs, get up, shake off some of the hay, look inside my rucksack and kind of pull out some of whatever I have in there. Maybe some bread, some fruits or what have you, and I'll start nibbling on that, and I'll pull out this little notebook that I had. As the evening before, I had been doing some covert operations to figure out how much shit this group is in exactly. Because apparently, I have had the fortune or misfortune of joining a very infamous group of people.
Absolutely. And so go ahead and make me an investigation check for what you were able to find last night, if you would be so kind.
A whopping 9.
Oof. Yeah, so you weren't entirely sure what you were looking for. They were kind of vague, Carowin. You were told to look for some sort of something or anything pointing to whether or not they were still wanted. You would have seen what kind of looked like Chatwin's face, like a couple drawings of what looked like could be Chatwin, could not be Chatwin. You're not entirely sure. You didn't look too closely at the text because it looked really boring. But aside from that, you haven't seen really too much of anything around.
Okay. In that case, I will just kind of, since they said they were going to reconvene at my location, I will just kind of get myself situated, dust off, and just kind of wait for everyone else to awaken and come find me so I can let them know what I found or what I've not found, perhaps.
Alrighty. So, is anyone doing anything before they come down to join Carowin?
Damien is going to go and stand outside Chatwin's door so he can escort her down like a good little servant, knight, whatever you want to call it.
All right. Not complaining.
Fair enough. Chatwin, you open your door and Damien is just standing there.
In Elvish, this certainly wasn't what I had in mind, but I mean, it works. Let's keep going.
I guess it helps make it a bit more real, my lady.
I'm just trying to figure out. This is a random DM thought going off topic. Now I'm just trying to figure out what Elvish with a Scottish accent sounds like.
I mean, I guess in this we've kind of made it so Elvish is more akin to Russian because so far a lot of these elves have had like the Russian accents, or maybe that's just how it is on the Andros Isle, but So
I feel like that would be more of an Andros Isle dialect.
Yeah. But, that would be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird random things off topic. Now I'm stalling. Yeah, you guys pretty quickly go ahead and one by one arrive in front of Carowin's stall.
Good morning, everyone. How was your evening?
Is the kid who is like cleans up the stall, is he in here?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, definitely not. I rolled a natural 1. I'm not even going to look at the character sheet.
Whoops.
What kid? There was no kid here.
God damn it, Elon! Okay.
Character who?
Well, since Elon is so good at keeping watch, I think we can talk freely.
She takes. It just like looks to the left. Yeah, it's all clear.
Okay, great. Thank you, Elon. You're very good at that. So, speaking freely, because the coast is all clear. I think we probably just shouldn't waste our time. Let's just get going straight to the altar, chapel, whatever the fuck this deity uses to prop his obviously massive dick up on.
I mean, Harry, did you find anything?
Yes and no, maybe? To be fair, I was still slightly confused as to what exactly to look for, but I did find something that could have been Chatwin, may not have been Chatwin. So, for all intents and purposes, perhaps we should just play it safe or continue to, keep up our aliases and guises for all intents and purposes.
Yep.
You're such a good fella. All right, let's go.
Alrighty. And where are you all headed to look?
You know exactly where we're going. We're finding this damn temple thing, and we're gonna go push Damien inside and close the doors.
Okay.
Damien, do you feel some sort of force or presence drawing you somewhere? If you listen closely, maybe it will admit to itself that it's a massive dick. Oh, great God that has guided Damien on this way. Guide us the next 50 feet. Please.
You're gonna get struck down.
I hope so.
Karen looks at Damien and's like, I think she's being sarcastic.
Yeah, she's definitely being sarcastic.
Nah.
I wants to talk enough shit that one of them comes down to personally fight me.
All right, Chatwin, if you would like to be rude to the person who made it so I didn't die when we ran into your big bad guy, then keep talking.
It's a personal goal of mine right now that somebody somewhere comes down from the heavens to personally kick my ass.
I think at this point we're all so traumatized that this is our pulse. This is how we deal with shit now.
Look, I can't take it out on the Thanes, so I'm just gonna take it up with the next freaking figure of power.
Santhavek kind of pipes up in the back of your head and is like, well, if you want me to call my ex-wife, an ass-whooping could be arranged.
I think she'll get to that on her own.
Maybe she can call her ex-wife and you can have like a visitation rights. Okay, it's your turn, dear. You take the kid.
Carowin's just watching Chatwin have a custody battle in her brain. Like switching sides periodically. I'm like, is this normal even for her?
Yeah, this is 100% normal for her, believe it or not. We also question things. Things on the boat got really weird. Do not let her see water. I beg of you.
She's like Gremlin. Don't get her wet or feed her after midnight.
Yeah. There you go. Actually, not right now, obviously, but maybe once we finish this up. You guys actually haven't been properly introduced to Santavek, and it feels awkward at this point to just keep talking to her, and she doesn't talk to all of you, and not now, because we're busy, but,
But between Elon and Damien, there's this very awkward silence.
Did you guys remember what happened last time?
Yeah!
Let's leave that for a little bit later.
Yeah, we can wait.
Yeah, not now, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Santa who?
Oh, I didn't tell. Oh shit! I didn't tell you her name. Her name is Santhovec.
Is this another friend of yours? Or is that the voice in your head that I see you speaking to all the time and not really getting answers you want?
Yeah.
'Cause you always seem very frustrated when you talk to yourself. At least, I think you're talking to yourself. It's very confusing.
I think that's just my natural state of being, if I'm being honest. I think that's just my neutral.
Ooh, honesty. I do love that. Thank you.
Anyways, let's go to the chapel.
A voice pops up in the back of your head very briefly, Chatwin, and just goes, Fate, does that mean you're going to let me out soon?
I don't know. Maybe not completely. But it feels weird. Don't you want to say hi?
Well, either way, you should consider doing it at some point, because it's been a while since I've been out, and I do need out every once in a while.
Yeah, we'll talk about this.
Fine. As you all sort of start heading out, Damien, how exactly are you trying to figure out where you're going?
At first, he's going to kind of look around to see if there's any darker chapels.
Alright.
Are there?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Well, Damien is very good at these. That's a 23.
23. Okay. You don't really see. You would wander the streets a little bit, and you would find a couple of chapels within the streets, mainly being dedicated to like your standard gods. There's one for Morikyo, god of nature and civilization. There would also be a couple of small monasteries hidden away within the city for some other gods. But you're mainly seeing gods and goddesses of the main pantheon.
Okay.
Nothing like what
I'm looking for. At that, Damien is just going to kind of like close his eyes and be like, all right, I'm here. I need a little guidance to find you.
Make a religion check.
That's a 17, almost as good as Damien's going to get.
Okay, not bad. So with a 17, you wait for a moment, and then rather than hearing a voice, you blink for a moment, Damien, and the rest of you would watch as his eyes sort of glaze over for a second. And then, Damien, you almost see what's like black footprints appear on the cobblestone in front of you and start leading you off in a direction.
He starts following.
Damien.
I think we just follow for now.
All right.
Trots along after him.
I guess we've seen worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh boy. And with that, yeah, you follow as Damien, these footprints lead you through side streets and alleyways off to a much less ostentatious area of the city, and what looks to be more of like what would be considered like the slums area, where there are definitely not as many people out, or anyone really for that matter. The streets are dead silent as you walk down them and are led through a side door into a random building.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah, he's just going to go inside. He's going to go up and knock on it.
All right. You knock, and the door is wood, but you knock, and it's sort of, you hear that the wood's rotted, and it's rotted to the point that the door doesn't even fully stay closed, and you just knock on it and it creaks open, and you sort of look into a dark, empty warehouse kind of building. There's a couple of like empty wood pallets sitting in a corner off to the side that you can barely see with the light coming in from the day, but otherwise it's pretty empty and pretty dark.
Yeah. He's going to walk, just kind of like look around, say out loud, it's not quite what I expected, but all right. Walks in.
All right. Is everyone else following?
Yeah, we hear Damien as well speak up, right?
Yeah. Unless Damien, you're just thinking this to yourself.
No, that was out loud.
Okay.
You feel okay, Damien?
Oh yeah, I was just following the footprints that was left for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we go in.
Can we see those footprints, or is it only Damien who can see them?
None of you see them.
Carolyn just kind of nods his head and follows along then.
All right. And as you step into this dark building, sort of looking around, Damien, there are moments of silence. And then, similarly to the temple, the door just creaks back shut again. Definitely not as violently as it did in the temple. But you're left in complete and utter darkness until a pair of bright red eyes appears in the darkness. And Damien, you hear the familiar deep voice resonate and go, "With me, you should always expect the unexpected."
Oh, well, that's good to know. I'm here, like I promised.
And I'm glad you kept your promise. But besides, we're looking to avoid listening ears. Now, what did you want to know?
I was wondering if a couple things. There's some people I wanted to know if they're still alive and well.
Well, I'm no fate, but I can do my best.
Well, one of them would be somewhat associated with you. That'd be Rubo.
He still lives. If he was gone from this world, I would have felt it already.
And there's another person I would like to know as well. And turns to look at Chatwin. What was that lovely lady's name that we knew?
Oh, Ilya?
Ilya. Yeah, Ilya. Well, she was on the Indris Isle. We never got word of her escaping.
He kind of furrows a brow. The eyes dart to you, Chatwin. I know nothing of this Ilya. She was a friend of yours?
Right. Hopefully still is, but that remains to be seen.
I can do some asking, but I'm afraid that's the best I can do for people not directly under my influence.
Hmm.
The eyes dart back to you, Damien.
And the last thing, like, I don't know anything about gods. I knew a little bit of Thielthu, and he was trying to like follow their teachings and whatever. I don't know why you helped me. I'm very grateful that you did, but I don't know necessarily what I'm supposed to do with it.
And he kind of... You hear this deep, resonant chuckle echo through the empty space as he starts. Well, I helped you because you were angry. Because the kind, gentle father, for the first time in his life, was genuinely angry. And I want you to embrace that more.
That's it. You want me to be angry a little bit more?
Well, I want you to harness the anger for what it's capable of, which you saw a taste of what it's capable of. Even the kindest souls break. I'm interested to see what this leads to for you, but I had another task in mind when I sent you here before, when Rubo was with you.
What would that be?
Well, you've all been informed previously of the War of the Gods, or the impending one, correct?
Right.
I think so.
Needless to say, it's happened before. Thousands of years ago now, but it did happen before, and that's how the angels and the demons were created. When that war ended, we were doomed to a sort of endless war ourselves. While the main gods embody two sides of the same coin, we take on one, and thus we're pushed to fight for dominance on which side of that coin had more control over humanity. Whether anger and hatred ruled out, or love, sorrow or joy, famine or health, all angels and demons were doomed to this fight. Your friend, Rubo, or Ruberos as I knew him, we found a way past it. Or rather, he did, and after days of speaking on it as we fought, I became open to the idea. The idea of, instead of fighting, working together to find the best possible balance among both of our abilities and working together. Only, from what I understand, he went off to inform the gods of his plan and then never came back. Instead, another angel appeared in his stead, once again ready for battle. It took me years to convince him of the same thing that Ruberos convinced me of in weeks. I know it doesn't seem like much of a difference, but for gods who have all the time in the world, it is a big difference. The time for war has come again because this fight that we've been pushed into by these gods, nothing was truly won in the last war. We wanted freedom from their back and forth of having to serve two different ideals, but in the process we put ourselves in a new war. These aren't the terms that we agreed to. I, in this spirit, have begun to gather others, though the angels and demons I may see for this may be different. Rubo was not the first to be replaced, and he was certainly not the last. But one absence worries me more than others. Marinian, the demon of anarchy and rebellion, if you don't know her. She has not returned to my contact, and if you know her, the idea of rebelling against a system, she would be here faster than I could say her name on most days.
Sounds like a certain someone else I know.
Perhaps.
Looks at Chatwin. So you want me to try and find a friend that's missing?
A goddess and a demon, yes.
How would I even go about trying to do that?
We all have our stretches of area that we frequent. It's not necessarily a set territory, but these are the places that we call home. Mine is not here, but your friend's, at least in his memory, is here. So I figured it would be safer and we would have less prying eyes or ears here. I had also hoped he would be with you when you all came to see me, but it seems that the fates had other ideas in mind for him. Marinian, her domain was in the Koronos Mountains.
Immediately, Aelon just turns with an attitude. God fucking damn it!
Of course it is.
Is that a bad thing, Aelon?
Yeah, actually, because I got a letter from Esme a few weeks ago that there was talk of rebellion after I left, and it seems to be an issue. And it was maybe the one reason I would be called back early.
Let me guess, Kriath is in these mountains.
Yep.
So we're probably going to end up going back to, going over to Kriath, it sounds like, at one point or another, huh?
Fuck.
Shit.
Damien, your home was also within these mountains. It was a small town, and not a lot of people really ventured through there, but...
Well, at least it means that we swing by my hometown.
I would rather go to your home.
We'll do that first.
That works. No offense, what we are... There is probably something tied to all of this, honestly, and that's why I'm here. I've already kind of guessed that far ahead, and I can already guess there's going to be some shit we have to do in my home. But God, it's going to be ugly. You think? I just looked at Chatwin. You think your island was ugly? Just wait.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Well, regardless, if you can find her, she would be a great asset in the coming days. But if we're to have any hope of overthrowing the gods, we need people. The demons that have gathered, or rather, the single demon I have gathered, is not enough.
So, can we get your opinion on a few things?
What sort of things?
Just because you're angels and demons doesn't necessarily mean you're bad or good.
Not necessarily.
Okay, what do you know about Rapharos?
Rapharos is a pretty benevolent being. He's the angel of healing.
Right.
What problem do you have with Rapharos?
We met with him because there was, I suppose, a child or kid, a man, I don't know. When I met this group originally, they chased an individual And at the very end, he pretty much declared Rapharos' name. Yet he was doing harm, not healing.
What sort of harm?
Oh god, you guys are gonna have to help me. It's been a goddamn minute.
Wasn't he the one in the Feywild with the raising dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the necromancer.
Yeah, so I'll probably explain it to him since I'm the one already talking,
Mhm.
that, there's a bunch of dead being pretty much uprooted.
That certainly doesn't sound like Rapharos' type of magic.
Right, so you can see where our confusion is.
It sounds more like Malian's doing.
Malian is the demon of plague, yes?
Plague and disease.
That might be our top one suspect then, because we also found a town full of plague.
You did.
Yes.
And you hear he gives like a deep sigh. Shakes his head. Just what I fucking need right now. Did you take care of the plague?
Oh no, we fucked out of there so fast. Like, astoundingly fast we fucked out of there.
We're mortals, no offense. We don't know how we're going to take care of such a thing. We did look into it a bit, but how are we supposed to stop it? And not just that, but that was kind of the beginning where we were still getting used to each other. We didn't really know or trust each other at the time. Now it's starting to kind of weigh down on how big this is.
If Malian started another epidemic here, where was this plague?
God dang it. I mean, I got I can see it on the map. I just don't have a place for it.
Hold up, I probably wrote it down.
It was Garibia.
Garibia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, yeah, I guess, Elon will probably pull out his book he's been taking notes in. I think it was called Garibia.
You see his brow furrow. That's not far from here.
No.
If it's spread across the dunes.
If I recall, when we were looking into it for a moment, there was a Dr. Malwart who was the first person to get sick. We believe that he brought it back with him. Shortly before he did get sick, he was on a pilgrimage to the Foxgrove Oasis.
Have you been there recently?
To the town or the oasis?
The oasis.
I can't remember where that is on the map. That's near us, right? Because we're in the desert area, like in the northern...
Yes. So Foxgrove Oasis was actually is actually near where you guys were, where that little town, the little criminal town that you guys were hiding out in, that was maybe an hour's walk.
Oh, okay.
So you guys would have been close by the whole time, but I don't think any of you either really ventured there.
Right. We were near there recently for about a month or so, but we never really explored much of the Foxgrove Oasis.
Track back and see if it's spread there. If it has, the Foxgrove Oasis is the epicenter for this region. If it spreads from there, it could very quickly infect the entirety of the Howling Dunes.
What are we supposed to do then?
If Malian started it, then it's a magical plague. It's not going to be cured as easily as something natural. There are ways to do this. The only thing that I can immediately think of, there are some creatures that exist within the wastelands of the desert. It is said that an item they carry has the ability to cure any type of disease. That might be the place to start if it's spread that far.
Elon looks to Chatwin, and you can do your thing you did when we were in the Fey realms and make cures.
That's true. And as much as I hate to admit it, the person who would be best to get close to all of this plague bullshit would be the person who can't catch diseases.
Unfortunately.
Fuck me. Well, I suppose I can catch diseases. It's just super hard for me to.
There's also something else I'd like to bring up.
Very well.
Rubo was once an angel, right?
Correct.
I kind of pointed a hand between me and Damien. Do you know anything about us? Heard anything about us? Through anybody? Any of the gods?
In what way?
Anyway, anything at all? Any rumors? Or do you think you could keep an ear out?
I can do some digging. Keep an ear out.
Because, see, here's the thing. Ruba was once an angel. Chatwin has, ties to an angel.
The eyes will flick back to Chatwin, eyebrow raised. Ties to an angel, you say?
I wouldn't exactly call her that. She's more of an asshole that just sort of hangs around and doesn't pay rent.
Wait, are you talking about me or my ex-wife?
Fucking course I'm talking about you.
My ex-wife is the asshole.
You're a bit of an asshole too.
I am an asshole in the best way.
Okay, alright.
So she immediately starts talking to herself in front of him.
And again, the eyebrow raises further up.
It's not a thing. If you know anything about co-inhabitants in one brain and know anything about, making it not that way, maybe we can talk. Other than that, I don't really think it's the subject of anything.
I mean, are you saying you have someone else inside your head?
This was not how I pictured.
Are you saying you have an angel inside your head?
Oh fuck no. She's not. She's definitely not an angel, I will tell you that. Just a roommate. I suppose.
A roommate.
Look, it's a whole thing. I was murdered pretty brutally, put back together from different pieces, and they brought in some other entity to help bring the body back, but it brought both of us back. So that's what we're dealing with. If you know how to reverse that, great. I'm all ears. If not, we can go on to other topics.
That would not be my wheelhouse.
Great. Okay, got that covered. Thank you for bringing that to attention, Elon.
I mean, I was just going to say you had a tie to an angel. I wasn't going to tell him everything, but go ahead, talk to her in front of us.
I'm sorry. You try to sit there and have someone like that nagging you.
No, but here's the thing, right? Like, am I the only one to think that's what are the chances of both of that?
No, I see what you're saying.
Ties to an angel was once an angel. What the hell are me and Damien?
Oh yeah, what the fuck is going on there?
So, if you hear anything, we'd really like to know.
Again, I'll keep my ears open. But right now, what you all are, from what it sounds like, is the only ones who would be able to do anything to stop this plague, and the only ones who would be able to do anything for me to get this war moving towards a quick resolution.
Yeah.
Just to double check, you really can't do this shit yourself?
I'm trying my hardest. It's very hard to move in these circles without notifying the gods.
Uh-huh.
They're still keeping an eye out. And if they see me making trips, then they might make the first attack when it hasn't even been coordinated who's on what side. We need to know who our allies are before we move forward.
And by moving forward, you mean dragging a bunch of mortal people into a war amongst gods and angels and demons that we really didn't sign up for nor have any part in. Just clarifying, that's what we're talking about?
The last time the War of the Gods occurred, the gods never fought on mortal soil. The material plane was not the battleground, though it still felt the after effects.
Now it is. Is that what we're thinking?
That hasn't been determined yet.
Okay.
If I had my way, it would be done the same way it was done the last time. The celestial realm. The one above this, where the gods meet and parley. That's where the battleground was.
Mm-hmm.
So we start with I'm Meridian.
Yes, and I will gather more allies as I can, but she's the one that I have not been able to find. I'm hoping your eyes will be a bit better than mine.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the team, Carowin. This is what it's going to be like from now on.
Yeah, that's a lot. I will try to keep it simple. And Simple says, we go to our hometown, look for Chaos, find her, tell her brother's really pissed off at her.
The only things I have left to say are probably not kind, so I think I'm finished.
Yeah.
And just Elon pats a hand on Damien's shoulder. Well, it looks like you're not so simple anymore.
God, I wish I was Simple.
Carowin's just gonna kind of guffaw heartily, which seems to be very off, I guess, given the dire or graveness of the situation, and just be like, well, I'm here to help, so just point me in the direction we're to go in, and I will be more than happy to assist you wherever, whenever, and however. I have nothing better to do.
Elon points outside. Back into the desert we go.
Right.
Best of luck.
Shall we come back here to you when we're done?
I will not be here next time we meet. As I said, this place was familiar to Ruberos. I figured it might be a better spot. From now on, I will be in my own domain, but it is likely there will be a new meeting place once I've gathered all the help I can. When you find Meridian, she will be able to find me. Now, I must go before I draw attention, before any of us draw attention.
Oh, right, just one last thing, I suppose, before you leave. Do you associate yourself with Thamoros too much?
Thamoros is quite the antithesis of anything that I would stand for.
Okay, great. Just, if you happen to, bump into her at all, just casually, could you just, give her a message from me, from Chatwin?
Well, where you're going would be closer to her domain than I will ever get.
Okay, great. Well, just figured it was better if she heard it from not me, so it would take her a little bit longer to find me. And
Yeah, that was a hard no. It was a hard no.
He's like, you clean up my mess, I don't clean up yours.
He's just like, her? No, you're good. You're gonna do this yourself. Sorry.
I honestly, it's nothing kind. Just I just kind of want someone to look her in the eyes and just say bitch. And I'll admit I'm a bit afraid to do it myself, but I think I will next time I see her.
I mean, let's not do that and accidentally start, a war of the gods. Let's just
I
not.
really want to, though. She sucks.
No, you can do it on your own.
Carowin's just gonna kind of chime in and be like, if that's enough to start a war, you gods are very sensitive.
There have been wars started among mortals over less.
This may be true, but then again, mortals don't tend to have the power to completely destroy a plane of existence at the snap of a finger. But we'll be happy to take care of your dirty laundry for you, good sir.
Fair enough.
Not mentioning the mortal that got into another plane and almost destroyed it by opening a second plane within the plane.
Fair. He does look to you, Damien, and goes, as always, if you need it, my gift is there.
I do appreciate it. You helping me out.
Of course.
And I guess I'll try to figure out how this gift works. You said get angry. Let's see what angry looks like.
We'll get you there.
I'm sure they will.
Odirion knows you all try.
It's just basically saying, yeah, we'll piss him off for you.
Good. Then I leave, and he looks at Damien, then I leave you in their more than capable hands. And with that, the eyes vanish into the darkness, and you're left within the space. And as the silence takes over for just a moment.
No. What you doing? What you doing? No. No.
Chatwin?
No. Not again.
No.
God, we got so much trauma.
Right before this happens, I think Chatwin is loudly in the middle of announcing, well, that was super fucked up.
And as you're in the middle of speaking, Chatwin, you feel this presence appear in the back of your mind, but a voice permeates. And you hear, obviously he's not here right now.
Oh, God damn it.
Chatwin, you hear,
Hello, Chatwin. Payment and compensation for clemency regarding your family and yourself has been accepted. This will be our final dialogue. I wish you luck.
and this is done through the sending spell. So you have a 25-word reply.
This was Donovan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was Donovan Thane's voice that you heard.
Could you repeat what he said again? Just because the first time I heard it, I was just thinking this motherfucker. Now I have to actually listen to what the words are.
Hello, Chatwin. Payment and compensation for clemency regarding your family and yourself has been accepted. This will be our final dialogue. I wish you luck.
What the fuck? Okay.
You okay, Chatwin?
Hold on, I just need to... Okay, because I need to think of a response myself that's 25 words or under, so give me a tick.
Oh my god. This is super fucked up. And you know it, Emma.
That has so many implications. Like, what?
So, from what I understand, just to make sure I, the player, am understanding, he's basically saying, like, gloves are off, no fucking mercy from this point on.
You're not sure.
Oh,
The
fucking
words
hell.
are exactly what they mean.
Okay.
Roll an insight check.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not cool. I'm so bad at wisdom. You knew this. You knew this, and you still made me roll. I'm pretty sure it's a +0, so it's a flat 13.
Flat 15?
13.
13. You're honestly not sure. It has that very flowery language that he's well known for. I think you would be more concerned by the fact that he says payment and compensation. Some sort of exchange has been made and a deal has been struck. You're not sure what it entails.
Bro, did he grab your family?
He said payment and compensation and whatever for my family has been
Has been accepted. So he said clemency. To Google definition for
Mercy and lenience.
yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, hold on. I have an idea. So let me just write this out and make sure that this fits.
Okay.
I need paper! God damn it.
Panics in Chatwin.
Someone give me paper. I need to write.
I'm more like that spell doesn't alert you to wherever they are or anything, right?
No.
Okay, that's good. This is super fishy, Emma, you know it. I knew she had something. I fucking told y'all. I said it last episode. I said it this episode.
This is message we're sending, right?
This is sending, yes.
Okay, I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. I am 1 off, so let me just do that instead. Okay, cool. So I think I hear that and immediately come to a stop. I'm used to hearing voices. I'm not used to hearing that voice. So I kind of freeze where I am, and I'm silent for a few seconds as I absorb the meaning of it and what Chatwin interprets as what he meant. And I'm going to respond very calmly back to him. It will flatter Rubo to know he is worth that much. Was Jameson worth it? Is that why I hold his skull by my side? 25 words.
Okay.
Fucking words of goddamn war.
But you would wait for a few moments and you would receive no response.
The plot thickens.
You said there's no other words after that?
Nope.
I say that, and then pause, and slowly look to everyone else. Either Donovan Thane was just taunting me about how I traded my family for Rubo, or he just now found where they were, so...
Oh, what?
Damien's gonna be like, oh, I'm going to rip that fucker's head off and spit down his throat.
I am unsure if he meant He was saying that I gave him payment, that I gave him compensation. In exchange, he showed them mercy, and he showed me mercy. I have to assume he was referring to Rubo, that we gave Rubo up in order to ensure my safety and my family's safety. That is what I assume he meant.
Wait, hold on. He contacted you?
Yes.
Explain for non-magic.
He sent a message, sort of how I send you a message real quick, sort of how I can do this, and then I speak out loud again. But he did it over a much greater distance. I was able to give him one response.
I would love to know, but should we go?
Yes, is your family safe? I quite like them.
I don't know.
We should probably go.
Can I... Fuck, of all times not to have fucking detect magic. Can I look around? My perception is shit, but can I look around for anything that suggests any sort of magical abnormality? I fucking wish of all the times not to have detect magic, dude. Anything like I see a ripple in the air that suggests maybe something invisible, like any sort of magical abnormality around us.
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay, I'm good at Arcana. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, shit, I'm very proficient. I have +8 to Arcana, so that's 23 total.
23 total. You take a look around the room, and there is darkness. There is nothing that you can see that has any sort of magical component to it.
Are we going to be staying here in the city for much longer? Do you all think that we have any more business here?
I would feel better going back now.
I would agree, and we can take your family with us to my home.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I was trying to get in touch with my son to get them a place to stay near there.
Before we leave, there is something I would like to do, but I think I would like to do it right before we leave town entirely.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we have any other business, we should probably take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, if you got stuff to do, I mean, we're going to just grab our stuff and go.
Okay.
Unless is it a trick to get us back there?
No, never mind. Forget, ignore me. I need to not think irrationally. Just because he sent me a message does not know he knows where I am, and if I do anything rash, then I will reveal our location. So I should not do what I was thinking.
Carowin's going to kind of, tap the floor with his hoof to try and get Chatwin's attention. And be like, Chatwin, if you were able to receive a message like this, could you not do the same thing for your family? Send it to someone who would be able to hear you, or that way it might be safer instead of us, if it is a trap, that way we will not be falling into it.
I really do wish I could. I think a lot of my problems would have been solved before all of this if I could. Unfortunately, that's simply not a spell that I have. Best I could do is send a letter, but letters can always be intercepted, could always be forged. I mean, I taught my family the code that I write in, but it's not perfect. Anyone that has any sort of brain between their ears could crack the code. Our plan was to head back to the city after we finished our business here and to pick up my family members and take them with us to another location where they could live more long-term until we found a solution. If we still want to go through with that plan, we will learn the truth once we get there.
I think we follow through with the plan. No offense, I don't think Donovan would have sent people necessary to take down your family. They're kind of badasses. Especially your grandfather. He's got some pretty crazy magic on him.
But also, no offense, this is the first day we have left that town in a month, and you suddenly get a message.
Well, you guys have been, this is the second day you're gone now, because you left the previous morning and spent the full day traveling. This is the second day that you've been gone.
Yeah, but it's still near morning.
But I get your logic. We've been bunking down in this one spot for an extended period of time, and like in the first 48 hours when we leave, we get a message that sends suspicion, you know?
Like technically our yesterday, we were still in that town in the beginning, and then we left, and then now it's the next morning, and suddenly we get this. You get this. Like it feels suspicious. It also feels like a fucking trap. And I'm not like I'm gonna keep saying that y'all gonna get tired of hearing it. It feels like a fucking trap. I don't know if I want to go back or not. And if we go back, there's a good chance that we do fight something.
Right. I understand that, but if it is a trap, that means that he had eyes on us for long enough to know when we left in order to send this message to make us suspicious, which means he knows where they are right this moment.
Right. So what do we do?
It seems we're damned if we do and damned if we don't.
Exactly.
Yep, that sounds about right. Okay.
And if we do anything like move your family, then that puts us steps way behind where we were.
Mm-hmm.
What we need to do now, which was basically a favor from a god to find another god. So do we go ahead and do that? Maybe make an ally in the process? Or do we say, fuck the gods and go help your fucking family?
I mean, I think I've made my opinion on what I think of gods and their affairs pretty clear. So
I would not feel comfortable abandoning Chatwin's family.
True.
right now, the only question for me is how I'm going to go about doing this. But I just wish Donovan Thane wasn't such a fucking asshole because we have other shit to do. Fuck.
So if we go back, then I'm going to ask that we treat this like a trap. We don't rush in. We figure anything out.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another option, actually. We could pay somebody here in town to either go check for us, or we could also find out anything about Rubo in town. I don't know if that'll guarantee us finding anything, but I don't know. I feel like I was onto something and now I just can't get it.
So basically, I just want to simplify to make sure I understand. Stay put here, pay someone to go check on them while we look more into Rubo, and then...
Or hire someone to, I don't know, do something. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but I think we're just going to have to go ourselves, aren't we?
Chatwin, that mind thingy you did before, I know it's not the same that you were just talking about now, but that allows you to communicate, at least covertly. What is the range on that?
Not too far. It's essentially about as far as one could see. It's about 120 feet. So it's not a great distance.
That is unfortunate. I was going to suggest, all things considered, I can travel at faster speeds than any of you. It's possible that I could try to get there and scout out the situation. All things considered, this Thane character doesn't even know who I am. And while I might not be the most inconspicuous person, they would have no clue who I am or what I'm even doing. So it's possible that I could scout ahead to a degree and come back and try and contact you within range.
Right. That's not a bad idea. I don't want to send anyone to face off against Donovan Thane alone unless I'm positive that they can turn him into a paste.
So you suspect this person would actually be there in person?
I don't know. It's hard to trust anything that has his name attached to it. I just wouldn't want you to go to scout out, and next thing we know, he separates your top half from your legs, you know?
I do very much like my legs.
Yeah, I think that would be unfortunate.
Then it seems Elon's idea of hiring people may be in our best interest if we want to try and achieve both goals without risk to our own persons.
How much money do we all have collectively?
I have 49 gold.
I have 105 gold.
Karen's going to pull out his sack and just be like, I have this much monies! Which is 95 gold and like 9 silver.
Okay.
I've got about 78 gold. Damn, I have less gold than everybody else, and I was doing crafting most of our downtime.
What I was thinking is, there's other temples around here. I think we have plenty of gold to hire somebody to maybe send a message for us if they have that ability. Just see if any of them respond.
Okay. Does any of your family have that spell?
Anita might. Do I know what Anita is? I know she was healing.
You're not entirely sure what focus she took, whether it was a more religious or natural.
Okay. We could. My best. I think we should just simply because we are at least a day's travel away. We should try to find somebody in one of the nearby temples that we can hire to send a message for us. Probably either Anita or my grandfather Doran, and just see how they respond.
Okay.
And just base our decision off of whatever we get back, if we get anything back.
Do we want to split up and just go to all the different temples really quick then?
Can you all describe, who should it be? Who do you think? My grandfather, probably?
Probably your grandfather, yes.
Okay. Can you all describe my grandfather well enough to get the message across?
I guess we go into practicing what your grandfather looks like.
Everybody roll me a history check to see how well you can describe Chatwin's grandfather.
I don't have to, right?
No, you don't.
Okay,
He's
sick.
your grandfather.
He's my grandpappy.
What about me? I spent the whole week with the man.
You still have to.
What is it, history? Ooh, I rolled a 19 plus 4.
Nice.
Let's go!
I got a 14.
I got a 13.
Okay. So, Carowin, you can describe him decently, but your main focus is like immediate features that sort of stood out to you and less of a detailed description. Damien, you would have gotten it a little better, but Chatwin, you recognize that it's very focused on like the first initial details that they noticed of your grandfather. They can't necessarily describe him well enough that someone would be able to draw him accurately. Elon, out of nowhere, describes enough features that you could get a very detailed sketch of what he looks like and who he is as a person.
Okay, so Carowin, you can come with me. Damien, you go with Elon. Let's split up, find someone in the temple somewhere that can send off that message, and just reconvene in a few minutes and see. Because if we get a message back and everything is fine, we can continue on with our journey like it was nothing. Because there is a chance that this was just Thane fucking with us. So that's hopefully what it is.
Which is possible. Let's go.
Okay.
We stormed the gates.
Does Chatwin mount Carowin again?
Oh my god.
For expediency?
Please say yes.
Sure, I hop on.
Giddy up! Gallops out of wherever the hell they are.
As you storm out of this strange warehouse in the middle of the slums, that is where we're going to leave it for tonight, ladies. Thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoyed our session tonight, please be sure to stay tuned for more episodes. Follow us on social media for more fun snippets and shenanigans. We are Chronicles of Priath Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Though we don't really use Twitter all that much. So it's really just Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All one word, all lowercase. We also, if you want to follow more of our creative shenanigans outside of the realm of Priath, you can follow us at Tabletop Tailspinners Network, or at Tabletop Tailspinners on same Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All one word, all lowercase. And if you enjoy what we're doing here, Tabletop Tailspinners also has a Ko-Fi page now. So if you want to give us a little help making more fun content like this, any donations are appreciated.
Tip us.
Yes, please.
Just the tip.
Oh my god.
So many tips.
And with that, we will see you all next time. Thank you all so much again for listening to our craziness. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Tips.
Ta-ta for now.